Arsenal 5, Leeds nil. Let's talk about it. I mean, where to start? Let's start with before the game. The Eze announcement, perfect timing. Like, obviously, the video online was amazing. Like, I really enjoyed it. Little, what I mean, little well up because that's every guy's dream, right? If you watch any sport, you kind of want that dream for yourself where you know, obviously you want to just play for your club, but he's been through some tough times. You support your club. You're part of the one of the youth players coming up. It doesn't work out. You go around, it doesn't work out, and then coming back full circle. And I love the music they were playing on it. It was yeah, that was sweet. And then he comes out on the pitch, and it was yeah, it's a full circle moment. So yeah, happy for him. Let's now. I want to see the work on the pitch, and I'm sure he will. Let's get into the game now. Typical Arsenal. First 10 minutes, ooh, tippy tappy. Teams let us have the ball and just okay, let's just sit off them a minute and just let's just figure them out. Let's just figure them out. And that's exactly what Leeds did. They sort of let us have 10, 15 minutes. Not even, I think it was like 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden they were having the better opportunities. I don't think we actually had a shot on target in the first 30 minutes or so. It was yeah, it wasn't the best I've seen. I think that was a nerve around the ground. It was kind of like, oh, hold on a minute. We're doing the same thing as last season. We got all this possession, but we can't break a team down. We can't break a low block down. Um, but this is where it's a key thing for us. And I mean, I'm accepting it. Set piece Ole, set piece Ole. What? I'll accept it, man. Like, because the fact is, teams are playing like this just because they can't match us. So they're like, okay, play the low block on the counter, cool. And then we've got this other little tactic, which is okay, set piece. Like I remember when I was a lot younger, set piece was what I mean, a corner. It's an opportunity to score. Now we're being looked at like it's like oh you scored from a corner again. So what? Like I remember it was weekend after weekend, like teams scoring goals from corners. Why is it such a bad thing now? People want to see this free flow and open play, brilliant. But goals, they still count the same. So, and yeah, that's what happened after 34 minutes. It was a well worked goal again, running around, causing problems, and then boom, Timber, the smallest man in the box, finds the back of the net. I mean, there you go. So it's not even about like, oh, you're just bumbling over players. Who's marking the smallest guy there? So we can run this narrative all the time, like, oh, whatever, man, whatever. I'll take it all day. If you're gonna cry about someone scoring from a corner, well, I mean, are we even talking about football anymore? But anyway, we move. And Timber again, he had a fire of a game. Like yeah, he was on fire. And with Saka, they were working well, down that side. And then yeah. You know what happened. You know what happened. Saka's the inevitable scorer. Let's be honest. He's the one that's always going to get, and that's Timber again. So he's got a goal. He's got two goals and an assist today, which is amazing. So he was playing a bit more of a wing back, just flying, and he's got that protection because then they were doing the same thing as last week, where Man United were catching us a little bit. Whereas this week, obviously they weren't they caught us a couple of times with the balls over the top and catching the high line almost. But I think it just worked well on that side. Saka, a little 1-2, give and go, fires it. The angle that he found is just typical Saka. Bang. The goalie should have. Wow, in my eyes, in those type of angles, the goalie should be saving those, but he hit it with such rasp that it's what I mean. It's unstoppable. Um, so yeah, going into the second, but it wasn't a great performance in the first half. It was a typical Arsenal. First 10, 15 minutes, have a lot of the ball, just can't break a team down. Then we get nervous and we allow them to grow into the game. A better team is probably going to counter on that and probably score. So that's something we've got to watch out for. But I think as it goes, us as the crowd in the ground, and you know what I mean, match going fans that have that amazing luxury of going to every game. I think we've got to do our bit. We've got to start doing our bit. I know what we're seeing on the pitch, is it? But this is something to build on. Not last week so much, but this week is something to build on. It they put five past them, and I mean this is what you do to newly promoted teams, man. You got to put them away. It's that. It's that. We should have scored more, but five is absolutely plenty. Like that's a good confidence performance and not conceding. That is critical again. Two games not conceding, which is brilliant. But this is exactly what you got to do. Give the fans summit. All right. Then we had, you know, a couple of awful moments. We'll talk about the goals, but a couple of bad moments where uh, sorry, Odegaard, you know, he fell over in the first half, and I think he landed shot. I think he was fine to continue, but after a while in the first half, it was like Wanyeri, get on. Like it was just wasn't worth the risk, whatever the twinge was. So I'm gonna guess he's gonna be out for 2 weeks. I'm gonna guess he's gonna be out for 2 weeks because if it's just like a twinge, he might be back next week, right? But I'm gonna guess he's gonna be out for 2 weeks. Another injury happened in the second half was Saka. Saka pulled up after just kind of stretching for the ball. He's running with the ball, gets past, goes through two men. I won't say get past him. He was sort of, you know, he's jinky inside, and he sort of he tiptoed the ball off. I think it was a Madwiki, but he obviously stretched a bit too much, and he felt something, and he was on the floor holding his left hamstring, which is quite concerning. Hopefully, it's just a twinge, and it's nothing. Uh, I mean, me being if you know if we're gonna be conspiracy theorists, let's just say he's just doing that jinky be jinky. My leg hurts. Let me go off. This game's done. Let me go off. Let's have a couple of the guys have a run out. Play with Liverpool's mindset a little bit. Then he's on the team sheet next week. You know what this happens with Saka. He pulled up a couple of times and somehow he recovers or he's just not fit. But yeah, it's a massive concern, that one, because if he's out for a long time again, this is exactly my dog's here. Skip it. This is exactly what we don't want going forward because we've already got habits out and we haven't been told for how long yet, or I haven't seen anything. Um, and I think going going to with from that injury to an Erdegaard injury potentially out for a while, and then a Saka injury in the same game, it kind of leaves us like. But this is where Arsenal are starting to perform like a top team. What I was seeing, I know this is only Leeds, okay? I'm not getting it twisted, but what was coming off the bench was just like, oh, it wasn't like last season or previous seasons where it's just like you've just got your 11 players, that's it, and on the bench is what I mean, nothing. We've got wonder kids on the bench, and we've got seasoned sort of players on the bench now, and it's like, oh, and some would argue that when Saka came off or when Erdegaard came off and when Yeri filled in, we were a little bit more creative. I just think after 2-0 up, Leeds sort of relaxed a little bit and they were like, this game's gone. And that gave sort of Wanyeri the freedom to knock it around a little bit more. There was a couple of occasions where he could have released the ball a bit faster, and it was like those are those decisions where you're kind of screaming at Odegaard at half the time, just release the ball, release the ball. He was doing it a little bit in the first half, and you're asking him just to do that a little bit. I think that's going to come already. He's only young. So I think this, as Arsenal as a whole, whether it's the manager, the club, whatever, the academy, we have to look after these players. I want to see them get minutes, and in these type of games, this is Leeds, a newly promoted side. Give them the minutes, brilliant, and the manager's done that, the club's done that. So I can't argue with that. I just don't want to be relying on them. I want them to flourish, and I don't want to. I don't want to rely on them. And it's a case of, oh, we're starting them against Liverpool, and we're starting them against big teams, and then the pressure's on their shoulders, and then the fans are like, why isn't it work? We can't be relying on youngsters. That's the problem. And it kind of felt like we weren't today. There was a lot of substitutions. I don't think I've seen Arteta make this many substitutions early on in a game. I mean, he was forced to make a couple, but then even after that, he was still chucking people on. Like it's not what he usually does. And yes, it's just because the game was won, but I think we've got to get that into our heads as Arsenal. Get the game won, and then we can start you know what I mean? Trying these little flicks and knocks and this, that, and the other. If you can pull it off, then brilliant. But trying it when we've actually won the game, like 2-0 up or something like that. I'm not saying the game's won, but you've got a bit of a cushion. And I see we're a little bit we're a little bit too slow half the time and it gets a bit nervous, and it's like, what are we gonna do here? But then again, it's it is what it is, and Gyokeres getting his two. One was a penalty. And you know what I mean? A lot of people would have got on his back first half for missing an opportunity, but that's strikers. Like, you're not going to bag them all. But he's bagged two today, so that's what it is. Yeah, and obviously the substitutes that come on, Max coming on. I mean, this is what I mean. We have to protect them. I don't want to. We've already seen it a little bit where fans are like, oh, he's doing better than Saka on the wing, because they were doubling up on Saka. Let's not remember. Watch the game back. They double up on my man. That Max, they're kind of, he's not going to get past. My man's going to get past. He has got the craziest feet I've seen for a young man for a long time. I'm not, Yamal over there, and I'm not watching Yamal every week. I'm watching the Premier League, and I haven't seen too many youngsters coming up with that in a while. Okay, so he looks sharp, and he wins a penalty. So he's done that 3 times already. He's got the feet where it's like Skelly, whereas Skelly's got these like more defensive feet, and he draws those fouls in like that defensively. Max has obviously got the attacking feet, where he's just light, so light on his feet. And I even seen a moment where he's trying to challenge a defender 50-50, like, and they're going shoulder to shoulder, and he's pushing him around a little bit. But the defender brings him down because he knows he's got the ball. And okay, if you push me too hard, if I go down, I'm winning the foul. So he's got really pretty feet, man. Really pretty feet. He wins the penalty. Some may say it wasn't a penalty. The fact is, the contact was there, and he's a young man, and he's won 3 penalties. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he knows the defenders are going to be stupid like that, and he can just flick it around their feet and win the penalty. Let's go. I know people might say as well he should have took the penalty. No, there is a hierarchy, and it needs to stick to that. We're not a charity case where you get handed everything. He wins a penalty, but there is a system. And yes, Gyokeres takes a penalty, and I don't see a problem with that. He'll get his opportunities. He had opportunities in the game, and he was shooting. He felt confident enough to free flow, and yeah, I see even a couple of substitutions like Madueke come on early. Surprise, obviously, but he didn't come on as a sub. He was on from the start. He had a pretty good game. He wasn't awful, and he wasn't, oh my god, Messiah, but he's coming on. He's coming on now, and it might be because he was having a bit of luck on the left hand side, but when he switched, he was having a lot of luck then as well. So I want those positive runs, and you could say it's very similar to Martinelli, but I see a little bit more directness. It's just in that box, we need our guys to shoot. I seen a little chance of Rice at the end. I think he wanted to get Max a goal. It looked like that because he was running past 2 players in the centre of the box. It's like he's already gone past. Have a crack. But he's looking for Max a little bit. And it's just like, just put the ball in the back of the net. You know what I mean? Put it back. You know what I mean? Get it done. Get it done. But he's not. He was trying to, and that's where I think the game was won. So that's what I don't mind it, because it's like the game is won. This is where you try things. Okay, that's cool. Give the players confidence. But you don't need that kid. Doesn't need any confidence, man. He is fantastic. He is brilliant, and we just need to keep protecting these kids because all it's going to take is one of these teams with a nasty challenge, and these some of these youngsters might be hurt for a while, so their bodies haven't quite filled out, but their footballing brain is there. He is there. Um, so we just need to protect him. And yeah, going forward, I don't want to hear this whole he needs to be starting. Fair enough, he gets a start here and there, but I don't want to be relying on him against top teams. Okay, and I know he can do it. I know he can do it, but I want him to do that for now. Come on and feel like this is my time, not before a game. This is a big one. No, I want it to come on and do exactly what he's been doing. Keep going at that. We don't need to keep forcing it. He will get a couple of starts, and I can see that coming. But I don't want to. I don't want to rely on him in big games. But that's enough on him. Brilliant. Look after him. That's it. Same with Wanyeri. Start. I'm not sure if he's what we're going to do next weekend. Is it going to be Eze? Is it going to be Wanyeri? Who's going to play in there? Because if Odegaard's out, who's going to play in there? I will say this though. I feel with Odegaard, he looks very system based now. He's looking for an option or the better option all the time. Whereas at Wanyeri, when he's coming in now, he's sort of flowing. A bit like I'm not comparing him to Martinelli, but I'm telling you that youthfulness that was when he first started. It was like, oh, just bomb. He was doing bits because he was unchained. You know what I mean? Now he can't. I've noticed that him and Martinelli, when they've been focused into this system now, they find it hard to make the best decision a lot of the time. That's what I'm seeing a little bit. But and then yeah, when Yeri did come on, it was a lot more flowing. Yes, there was mistakes made and stuff like that, but it was a little bit more like it was on the edge of your seat stuff. Whereas some of the times you're screaming at Özil to make that pass. What are you doing? You used to be the baller laying them off. And I'm just calling it how I see it. You know, we can't keep defending just players because he's a captain or this, that, and the other. He has been poor, okay? He has been poor. He's not been at his best. And we need him there again. And I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks out, it might do wonders. And then he sees how hungry the rest of the squad is. And he's going to have to fight. And he might unleash a little bit. He'll still be in that system base, but then he might just fling the ball around a bit more. Because even, I know we are finding space, so it is Leeds. We have to calm down. Even when Trossard came on, he was having a stinker. He was having an absolute stinker. And I noticed the only things he was doing was the only thing positive he was really doing was pinging the ball out to Max on the other side, and he was finding him. I think three times he'd done it, and then the fourth time, I don't know, I can't remember if it's him, but he was throwing the ball at that, and that's the only thing that was coming off. Fling it out to Max, and then Max was dribbling. Other than that, he wasn't running his wing at all. He wasn't, and then he was running himself into corners, and it was like, this is probably our most experienced winger. And yes, he plays in the centre and stuff, but he's played on the wing, and it looks like it's not working anymore. So maybe he drops in into Odegaard's position. Into but going from that, we have Liverpool next weekend, and it's becoming apparent that a lot of the guys you didn't think were quite ready yet are kind of overtaking the guys that were on the bench already. And then they're looking like they're pushing for the places more than the guys on the bench because we've got injuries now. So yeah, Zubi had a good game. He was controlling. Like I said, I was expecting us to put in a performance this weekend. We needed a performance. We needed something to build on before Liverpool. And like I said, all round it was pretty business as usual. Get the win. and the levels were clear, but this is a newly promoted side, so you expect that level to be there anyway. Um, but yeah, overall, attacking players look better, and I'm gonna say it. I prefer Madueke on that side over Martinelli, and I don't know. Am I gonna start him over Martinelli against Liverpool? Because for some reason Martinelli likes playing against Liverpool. I think he finds it easy because they don't mind, because he finds a lot of space because they throw him all forward. So maybe it's one of those ones. It's all going to be down to tactics that game, and whether Arnie Slot plays like he obviously is going to play like that, but whether he's going to let's start Martinelli. Watch those runs because that guy always finds the ball and pops it in the back of the net. So and Madwake was pretty much doing the same thing. The thing we got to remember about Martinelli is the reason why he's favoured so much by the manager is because his defensive work, it's so good. Um, and not a lot of wingers get back like he does. And I've seen that Madueke get done a couple of times in other games and things like that. But if you've got good enough defenders, you shouldn't really need to double up. And we've got a good enough defense anyway. Just and you just got to get back a little. You know what I mean? Um, but all round, that's the level I'm the minimum I expect of our players. That's like, you know, what I'm saying is that's if all of our players were on a par, that was a all round, you know what I mean? That's where I expect our team to be. There was obviously standout performances, and Timber, it has to be said, man of the match. 2 goals and an assist. He is naughty and he's finally. Don't get injured. Please don't get injured, man. Please don't get injured. Because he is solid. He is absolutely solid. He reminds me of like an an older version of Skelly. Like this, they know how to shield the ball. They've got this amazing technique of shielding the ball, winning fouls. But I've noticed with Timber, because he's a lot older, mature, been around the block, he'll stay on his feet a lot of the time, and he'll just, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying obviously Skelly goes down a bit more, but he just wins great fouls, and he knows how to shield and move on. But Timber's a lot more forward thinking in that respect. He's always looking to overlap with his winger or just play him in. He's so critical. And to get 2 goals today is always great for a defender anyway. But to get an assist to his winger, that just shows it was working over there. Now, going forward on that side, because I think we were experimenting all sorts. I don't know how to call this now. I really don't. But I don't want Max starting, and he's another standout performance. And he come on, he just looked positive every time, and defenders are scared of him. I would leave him in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? I'd leave him in the chamber. I wouldn't start him against Liverpool. I would start your Madway and whoever else you want to put on the other side, whether it is Eze, and then you drop Trossard in the centre. I don't know how they're going to play this, but it's going to be. The thing is, right now, we've got so many options now. That is the great thing. Whether, because we still haven't seen Eze, whether his level in an Arsenal shirt is going to be there is a question. Trossard, is his level going to raise? Madweke, good game, but is it going to raise? That's why we need our guys to raise against the top teams. And how is they going to work it? I don't know. But we play Gyokeres. I don't business. We play him because he's starting to get it now. And yeah, whatever you might say, oh, he don't get a lot of the ball, this, that, and the other. He is a problem for defenders. He keeps the 2 central defenders busy. He is a problem. He's getting fitter. He played a full 90 minutes today, and while he had tired legs, he put in a penalty, and a decent penalty at that. And I tell you what, you see that he done the celebration, yeah, he done it, and then he also, because he's been getting hair, he touches his hair more. He went like that to the camera, yeah, to shut up, yeah, stop talking now. And I think you have to play him. I don't want to see bring him on. No, play him yeah, and then however you're going to do it around him, we got options. Um, but we need to assess what's going on, who's on the injury list, and what's going on. Whether Havertz is out for a long time, I'm guessing. Odegaard out for a long time. I don't know. It's going to be. It's not. He's definitely. They're probably not going to make next weekend. So that's three first team players out, and we're only at game week 2. It is crazy. But I don't know whether the Saka one kind of looked like he wasn't. It looked like a twinge, but was he stretching? Did he stretch right? And it's a pull. I don't know, but he was stretching for the ball, and it kind of didn't come off. But I just want speedy recoveries. Please just be twinges and be back, mate. Hopefully they're playing mind games with Liverpool. You know what Arsenal do this stupid shit like that. Like, come on, man. Just do it. Just please, please, please be good for next weekend. Please. At least one of you. So it's another option. But that's what I felt like today. We had some bad luck with injuries, and it just felt like we had options, man. And it was like looking around, oh, there's Bear Man coming off the bench. There's Bear Man coming off the bench. Mascara again come off the bench. Look fucking solid. Swearing, looks solid. He looks solid, and it's those kind of things. What I'm saying, like you can give Gabriel or Saliba 15 minutes off at the end, and you get Mascara on. That's what you want to see. Martinelli was unused. Yeah, he was unused. Trossard was there. But yeah, there was a lot of options still on the bench. Mikael Moreno, our striker. I can see us. There you go. That's our backup striker at the minute. And I don't know if they're thinking about the Trossard situation. Is we'll play you up front sometimes. If we want to change it from big, strong striker up the front finisher to okay, we need it. You're getting a lot of space, so we need someone that's got great feet. Just knock it around. He didn't show his great feet today, but we know what he's capable of. He's a great finisher. Um, and even Kivior's been playing well recently, but it looks like Mascara's gone, over that. He's okay, I'm there. But you got those two are going to be playing in a lot of cup games, I reckon. And there's no reason why they can't win cup games. I mean, they won against Kivior won against Real Madrid, so and I know they weren't at their best, but he's played at that level already. He's played there already. He might be a bit rusty because he's not getting the game time, but you got to take your opportunities when they're coming in these cup games because we're going to need him because this is what I'm saying. We've got so much rotation to play with, and the manager has to do it. Zubi looked a lot better today, and it's coming. It's slowly coming, but I don't want to be like we're good at home and we're ass away. No, we need to be good everywhere. If we want this league title, we are going to need to be the best. Like that's it. Like every time we play, sometimes you can win dirty like the United game and just get away with it, but let's not leave it down to that. Let's put the ball in the back of the net and keep the ball out of ours and win these games. That's all we need to do. And it sounds very simple. That's football, but that's all Arsenal need to do. They've got the defence. It's just putting it in at the other end. That's it. And Rare made a couple of good saves first half. But I have to say, man of the match has to be Timber. There is honourable mentions. I can't give it to Max. He come on the 64th minute, even though for a young man, is he? It's like someone put like an experienced man's brain into this kid's head, and it's just like, how is he doing that? He's crazy, and I'm so glad he's at Arsenal. We just have to protect him, and it looks like a lot of the young players that are coming through. We've sold a couple, but the ones that we've kept have got the right support system behind them, keeping them on the straight and narrow. Look, don't rush this. Because you've seen how some of these men have left, right, and rushed it, thinking they get first team football, and they're nowhere near it, okay? So don't play around. Just keep going. You are good enough. And I'm telling you, you're good enough. You have to wait your turn. Arsenal need trophies now, okay? And Arsenal shouldn't be relying on the youngsters to give us those trophies. They can. I'm not saying they can't do it, but we shouldn't be relying on it. We should be ready, and our team should be ready with guys that are ready to go. And that's why a lot of the older boys get a lot more stick, because they should be ready to go. And I feel like maybe this team is now, but this is only second week. Let's keep going. We are top of the table. It's silly little things like this. The crazy thing is, Jurian Timber. Oh, there's a load of Victor Gyokeres, yeah, Victor Gyokeres, top goal scorers, but that's just stupid stuff. Um, the table, yeah, Arsenal top the table with Spurs, but we're obviously scored one more goal, so relax over there, relax. Yeah, doing bits, which is a good sign. We've got a dirty win last week, and we put in a bit of a performance this weekend. Let's do it. Kind of like the Pep's teams before, where they didn't knock on for a good couple of games. Like they didn't get going, but they still get the wins, but they didn't get going. And hopefully that's us as well, where we're kind of doing the same thing. Let's, you know what I mean, figure it out, then let's get going. But we just have to keep winning. The worrying thing is the injuries, but let's stay positive. 5-0, exactly what we wanted. I mean, I said I mean I think I said in my prediction video, I want us to win like 5-0, but I think it would be like 3 or something. But that's very convincing, and it could have been more. We had kids out there knocking it around, having a bit too much fun, and that, you know what I mean. It was spot on, spot on. After that, sort of into that second half, even though we were 2-0 up, second half we started playing a bit better. But it is just Leeds. The real test is next weekend, and we got to smoke them guys. We got to smoke them. We'll see what they're like. What was it, Monday they're playing? I didn't even put them in my prediction. I forgot about it. Monday Night Football's a thing. Um, but yeah, and that gives us a little bit more, because if they're playing on Monday, you know, they might be match sharpness, but they might have a little bit of tired legs. So I think we're probably playing Sunday, right? Are we? Is it Sunday? Yeah, we're playing Sunday at 4:30. So you know we got a lot of time to drill these players, to assess what we're going to be doing and go for it. But yeah, guys, if you like the video, smash the like button. Please subscribe. We will be doing some more sort of videos. We'll do like the weekend review of all the games at the weekend. Please get involved in comments. And then we'll probably do a sort of weekend ahead review, as well as the big game. And I will be doing a live, I think, that day. I think I'll do a live that game. It's gonna be emotional, because first I think it's my second live. But yeah, we'll get to all that. We'll get to all that. I'll let you know on all the socials and everything. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Peace. Come on, you gooners. Come on.